Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. I have another story that I'm going to be sharing with you, which was shared with me by one of my viewers. I think the story is very interesting because yet again we see major hypocrisy that goes on in this country like never before, and these people are so blind to it. As a matter of fact, I really don't think they're blind to it. I think they do it and they're saying, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? All you're going to do is run your mouth. That's all we can do. Okay. But anyway, this is a story of Principal William Latson. He was removed from his position. Let me tell you why. He was removed from his position as principal because he told parents that he can't say for a fact that the Holocaust was a real historical event. And so they felt the need to remove him from his position as principal for that very reason. And I said to myself, this is some funny stuff. So he loses his job as principal because he stated that he can't say that it was a real historical event. But as the viewer that shared this with me pointed out, in the history books, now we know that there have been talks about softening things. Of course, the viewer said something a little different, but they have been trying to downplay slavery as though it was nothing too bad. It wasn't so bad. It was no big deal. What are these people complaining about? They were paid. There's even reports that slaves were paid. You have some of our own ignorant people saying that mess, Jesse Peterson. And then you have those who are saying that slaves ate good and they had shelter and a roof over their head and all of this other stuff. They want to completely eliminate the horrors of slavery, the chattel slavery that our ancestors experienced, the rape and torture and murder and all the other things that went along with that, the sodomy and the things that our children had to endure, our men, our women, our old and our young. You see, they want to downplay all of that, right? As if it wasn't so bad. It's to the point where years ago, and I shared this already, and we were talking to some young people, and they thought that slavery was merely black people picking cotton. That's what they thought slavery was. This is because it's not being taught properly in school because it will make them look really bad. But with all of that said, these people get up in arms simply because someone wants to deny or someone wants to say that they can't say for sure if that was a real historical event. And he even went on to say that a lot of people believe that way. A lot of people don't, right? So you can't even say that you don't know if it was for sure. While at the same time, you have people trying to rally to change the history books to lie about slavery, to lie about the awful, evil, wicked, dirty, rotten things that they did to us. So it's okay to lie about that, but you can't say anything about the other situation. The hypocrisy that runs around this world is off the chain. These people have no idea how the stench of their sins reach unto heaven. I'm telling you, it's like you can't say one thing. You can't disagree. You can't even say, look, I can't vouch for it. I can't confirm it. They don't like that either. But you can say whatever the hell you want to say about black people. Whatever you want to say. And at the same time that all this stuff is being said and done, and we're still going through some of the persecution that lingers and that has lingered for hundreds of years, we still continue to hear people tell us to get over it. These same sick-minded, demonic individuals keep telling us to get over it. That was in the past. Do anyone see what I'm talking about here? They keep telling us that this stuff is in the past and we need to let it go. Who the hell are you to tell us to let it go and you won't let go of what happened to you in your past? That type of hypocrisy has reached unto heaven. It amazes me that a lot of these people call themselves Christians, right? They call themselves Christians. They obviously don't read their Bibles. Or if they do read their Bibles, they read the same simple verses over and over. They don't want to read the verses that talk about their hypocrisy and their rottenness of their heart. The scripture says that the heart is desperately wicked. This is why these people can say and do the things that they do to us and lose no sleep at night over it. Now, as I continue to say, if I'm not describing you, then I'm not talking to you. Okay? If you are not one of those Gentiles who feel the way that some of these people feel, then this is not aimed at you. I'm obviously talking about those who have this bitterness and this hatred, this perpetual hatred in their heart towards us for no reason at all. I would like to ask some of these people, for the past 400 years, what have we done to you to cause you to hate us so much? To cause you to despise us so much? But you know what most of these hypocrite reprobates would do and say? Most of them would say, well, you all commit such and such percentage of the crimes, and you all do. And I'm like, did you hear what I say, ignoramus? I said, over the past 400 years. I'm not talking about present day anything, even though those statistics that they throw at us, they pull them out of thin air, out of the side of their necks. They pull those statistics. I know where they pull them from, but I'm not going to go there because I have sensitive ear viewers. Okay. Some of you can read between the lines. You know where they pull these statistics from. Okay. Anyway, they do that because they want to deflect. They know they heard me say over the past 400 years. So what I would have to do is say, okay, the first 100 years that we were here in America, what did we do so bad to make you hate us? Because you can't pull those statistics out of your ears. Okay, you can't do that. You can't pull those statistics. So what did we do the first 100 years to make you hate us and despise us? The first 200 years, the first 300 years. Don't try to make it seem like the things that are happening in today's time are the reasons why you've hated us for the past 400 years. You have to explain that rottenness in your heart, and you can't do it because you're reprobate. You will defend it to the bitter end, while at the same time claiming that you love and serve God, as you call him. You got to know something is wrong with you. You got to know that something is wrong with you. For you all to sit up and remove this man, back to the original story here, remove this man from his job because he says he can't confirm or say that that was a real historical event, the Holocaust. Because he refuses to acknowledge whether or not it's real or historical. He is removed from his job. But yet you people can just rewrite history and do whatever you want and to give whatever narrative you want to present to the world. Look in the mirror. As a matter of fact, don't look in just any mirror. Look in the Most High God's mirror, as you call him. If you were to look through his mirror, you will see one evil, wicked person staring back at you. But because you don't look in his mirror, you see an angel of light. You think with all of this dirty, rotten stuff that you do on a daily basis and all the stuff that you're complicit with, even if you don't do anything, but you watch it and you hear it, you see it and you ignore it, all of that stuff is going to catch up to you. It always does. There's a law, a universal law that applies to every man, woman, and child born on this planet, regardless to your race. And that law is reaping what you have sown. You all call it karma. Okay? If you reap bad, if you sow bad, you're gonna reap bad. If you sow good, you're gonna reap good. So that goes both ways. It's for good and bad. You see. So some of you better start undoing some of this rottenness that's been put out there, even from your forefathers. Because the Bible, even though you don't want to accept it or believe it, it says that the sins of the fathers will be visited upon the children. So if you stay unrepentant, What your granddaddy did hundreds of years ago is going to catch up to you. Okay, I'm out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.